Hey, what's up, y'all? All right, so I'm gonna do a little story time pertaining to my cases and why I ended up doing the 6 years, 9 months in the first place. What led up to everything. So, go back to 2016. Me and Monique had bought a trailer for like $3,500, and we liked it a lot. It was remodeled. It was nice. We was living there, but we was together for about 10 years at that time, and we was kind of on the rocks, and some things was going on in our relationship. So even though we lived together, tried to act like everything was okay, we was technically broken up at one point where we were living there but still seeing other people and staying out of each other's business. She had a boyfriend named Daniel. I kind of had a girlfriend named Alexia. And what ended up happening was one night we decided we were going to go do our own thing. So I say I'm going to the bike festival. She says that she's going to her cousin's graduation party. So while this is going on, we're like getting ready. I'm putting on cologne. She's putting on perfume and makeup. We're storming past each other, taking showers, acting like we ain't about to go out and kick it. We get a babysitter. So I leave. I go up there. I go to the Newton Falls Bike Fest. So while this is going on, I run into somebody that I knew, a female, and she texted me and told me to meet her at Faces Lounge. I never deleted it. I just left it in my phone, didn't think nothing of it. I get up there and I meet this guy and this girl, and we're like dancing and hanging out and whatnot. My mom kind of knew the lady, so I didn't think nothing of it. Well, to this day, they deny this. I don't know the truth, but I'm pretty sure this is, I think what I'm about to get into is exactly what happened. So, we're sitting there drinking and partying, kicking it. She hands me a small pint bottle of Crown. It says, here, look both ways, make sure the cops don't see you and kill this, because you know you're supposed to buy your drinks up there. So I do that. Next thing you know, I'm waking up behind Faces on the ground. It's dark out, some time passed, I'm confused, I'm groggy, my whole body felt numb, something wasn't right. But the cops are waking me up, and I'm pretty sure they drugged me, because that's the only thing that made sense, because all I was drinking was beer and a little bit of Crown, and I might have smoked some trees, and I did eat my medication, but this was completely different feeling. So the cop's like, hey, you got anything on you? I was like, I just got 62 Suboxones and $220. And he's like, well, you must be mistaken, because you got one Suboxone and one $20 bill. So I'm thinking, I got robbed, and they left me with this to wake up to. You know, how nice. So I'm pissed, but he takes me home. He knocks on the door. He's like, is this one yours? You know, joking around. Monique's like, yeah, this is mine. So I go in. She's like, how much medication and money do you got left? I wrinkle up the 20 with the medication in it, and I throw it at her. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. And I just storm past her and lay down. So she goes through my phone, sees the text, wasn't happy and pissed about all my other stuff being gone. So she wakes me up. We get to screaming at each other, and we're having like a full-blown domestic violence. I didn't know the neighbors called the cops. I end up falling back asleep. They show up. They're like, who is it? What's going on? She tells them. They're like, well, not only did we get a call about a domestic, but he has a bench warrant. She's like, that don't make sense. He just got dropped off by the cops. They're like, well, they must not have wanted to deal with it. So she's like, well, let me go wake him up. He has PTSD, night terrors, bipolar. You know, he just trust me. He's been drinking. Let me wake him up. They're like, fuck that. They didn't care. So they storm past her. They come back there and just snatch me by the back of my neck on some aggressive shit. I immediately freak out and come up with an elbow. Boom. He stumbles back like, he hit me. Dude starts trying to choke me. The other one charges me and I kick him. Start knocking shit over in my room. I flip this one over somehow, kick him in the head. I start spitting on him. They got me down, beating my ass. I ended up getting 8 stitches. My girl said my eyes turned pretty black, and I had like superhuman strength and was beating these cops up like it was nothing. So, and that's that mental health shit for real. But anyway, so all this is taking place. I end up, they get me, you know, they arrest me. They take me to the psych unit. I wake up handcuffed to a bed, and they're telling me, like, you know, you caught some serious charges. There's an officer sitting outside the door, and after this is done, you go to the psych unit, and then you got to go to the county. I'm like, all right. So he walks out. Somebody else comes in with the security guard, and says a different name that ain't mine. They're like, okay, Jones, something, sign this paper, you're free to go. Now I'm kind of confused, but I'm just going along with it. Also, I had piss on me. I peed myself, y'all. Like, I was so messed up and out of it from partying and whatever they had in that drink they gave me. I was, I didn't wake up and I pissed myself. So what ends up happening from here, I get up and he's like, hey, I'll grab your property and I'll get you some clothes or some type of nightgown to wear or something till you get, so you ain't got that, wearing that. And I'm like, it's all right. And he's trying to insist on doing that. And I said, it's fine. And I signed it and I left. When I go out, there's an officer like kneeling on his elbow, flirting with some nurse at the desk. But he don't even look at me. And at that time, I had one face tattoo. He probably would have recognized me, of course, but I just walked past him and left. I get outside, I take off running. I end up asking somebody to use their phone because I left everything in my property. So I tell my mom to meet me on the east side by Logan and Charles. Call my girl, tell her the same thing, whoever gets there first. My mom lived closer, so she picks me up. I call my girl, tell her, hey, just meet me at my mom's. My girl's phone starts blowing up. I don't even know how they got her number, but they ended up calling saying they wanted to talk to me. And I told them, like, look, you guys are going to have to do your job. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sorry. So I went on a run for 7 days. I got sick of looking over my shoulder every day and feeling like that. And I ended up preparing 2 little packages of tobacco and something else. And I carried them on me, and I knew I was going to swallow them when the time came. So what I ended up doing was, after 7 days, I just gave up and I went back to the crib. And my girl said the cops was there every day looking for me. Pretty much, I was just over it and ready to get it done. After about 30 minutes of being there, I heard that familiar squeaking and some brakes stopping. I knew it was the cops. I get a phone call on her phone again saying, hey, we know you're at your girl's. We got the house surrounded. Also, I was banned from this trailer park. And when I pulled in, some of the neighbors seen me because this was a huge thing. I was all over the news. We had CAT, Criminal Apprehension Team, and TAG, Trumbull, Ashtabula, and Geauga Task Force looking for me. So everyone knew what was going on. Pretty much they called and said, hey, we got the house surrounded. She looks out back, sees a guy with a mask and an AR-15 behind our neighbor's yard. So they probably thought I was going to take off running. They said, come out, be chill, and we'll be chill because we know your kids are here. I said, all right. I gave everybody hugs and kisses. I washed down them 2 packs with the Gatorade. I go out, they lied. They slammed me hard as hell on the porch. My kids are crying. They take me to jail. I sit for 16 days. My girl and my mom split my $1,000 bond, got me out, 10% of 10,000. I was out on bond. While I was out on bond, I was pleading not guilty by reason of insanity using my mental health stuff. But I made a really bad decision, and knowing they were saying I could do up to 13 years, I didn't care no more, and I started partying again, making bad choices. I ended up committing a robbery at a Sunoco, and that's a whole different story for part 2. That's the follow-up. So, but in the long run, I got both cases ran together and did 6 years, 9 months. I'm gonna make a follow-up video. For now, I just wanted to explain to y'all that this is what would happen. This is exactly what happened and why I did the time I did. So until I make that follow-up, stay safe, stay free, God bless.